Yeah,
if
man.
I'm
But
honest with you.
yeah, it's a big game. It's a big game, and listen. At the same time, even though I'm saying, we could quite easily go there, play on the front foot, and get a goal. And United, you don't know, but it just doesn't seem to happen that often. But I do
First goal's
think
crucial.
Arsenal need to go there with that belief, broad shoulders. Listen, we can beat this United team as I know they've won a few games, but you shouldn't be fearful. Even though I'm talking about our midfield, their midfield isn't great either. Ericsson's not amazing. I'm sure probably McTominay or someone like that will be in there as well. So we need to cause them problems. I suppose a big thing will be if Odegaard's fit as well, because obviously he came off injured. If he doesn't play, do you put Vieira in that 10 role? Do you put Smith Rowe in there? How does the dynamic of the team change then? So be interesting.
What would be your starting lineup?
I think the back. Why that? God, you know what? I was gonna just say, but then I just thought if Zinchenko's back.
This is the thing. I can't lie. Zinchenko's back. I know people might see three left footers in midfield, even if it was three right footers, they wouldn't say anything. Zinchenko's probably going in midfield for me. I don't know if they're going to start Anthony. I don't think they will. Jadon Sancho's in form. I think Ben White is deep to drop him, but I think it's trenches time, man. I think you might have to consider Tomiyasu and Tierney starting to float Zinchenko into midfield. But if Arteta, with the exceptions of Partey and whoever else is missing, I couldn't blame him for naming the same lineup. But this is where we need to see, even in good form, can we chop and change? Can we mix? So as I said, United struggle to break down low blocks. So if we
Yeah.
go there and be difficult to break down, we have half a chance. If we go there, because you even saw in the second half against Villa, when we start to get tired, our standards start dropping and we get caught on the transition too much. And United have improved on the counter. We will be in problems, and they're going to want to win because we beat them in the last game.
It's a good point. Like now you've posed that question. I'm like, do you know what? Would you actually play Zinchenko midfield over Sambi? Because the thing with Zinchenko is so good on the ball, and I think keeping the ball and picking out them passes, it wouldn't send a good message to Sambi. But at the end of the day, we got to pick the team that gets us the
Bro,
results.
it's the
So,
collective over the individuals, bro.
mm,
Forget anyone's
mm,
feelings, bro. If he's
yeah.
Lokonga plays, you got my faith, but I would consider it. Zinchenko, obviously, man's been here, done it, wore the t-shirt, man. Sambi still a bit wet between the ears, sort of thing, really. So I don't know, man.
That you know what? He's gonna have to earn his bread this weekend. He's got big decisions to make. I think Tierney continues at left back because of the fact that, like you said, Sancho's gonna get at him, and I think defensively he probably does have a little bit more than Zinchenko. Zinchenko probably better on the ball. Yeah, the front three picks itself. You go Saka, Martinelli, Jesus. The midfield is the one because I've he would have a big decision to make. If Zinchenko's back, which I've read that he probably was back, it's very hard to leave him out of the team.
Zinchenko, Xhaka, Odegaard, meet for me, man. Lokonga, I'm sorry, but and I think in the grand scheme, if you play, you have my backing, and win, lose or draw, you'll probably be one of our better players, and you've got a reason to play well. I just in our quest for top four, as much as I want young players to develop, I just want to go for players that I kind of feel comfortable. I know win, lose or draw, Zinchenko is going to give me a certain sort of level of performance.
Yeah,
Like you said,
yeah,
Lokonga might be a flip of a coin sort of thing.
yeah. No, I hear you on that. I can see it. I think Zinchenko and Xhaka, I mean, Zinchenko's very good on the ball as well. He can tackle. Yeah, he pretty much plays centre midfield anyway at left back.
This
So,
is
and
it.
look how good he is in that role.
You
So,
can suffocate their midfield as well, midfield runners and
mm,
that. How good are they
yeah,
defensively,
no,
even with
no,
Casemiro?
yeah, and he can play passes from deep. I'd probably go, yeah, no, do you know what? I agree with you. I'd probably go Zinchenko, Xhaka, Odegaard. And then the back four. Yeah, you're going to have a decision to make on Tomiyasu because Ben White's played really well. I think we all know eventually Tomiyasu's going to take Ben White out of the team. He's a natural right back. He's going to get there eventually. And then he's going to be up against, I mean, I think they played Elanga on the left the other day. He's very direct. You got a decision. It would be very harsh to drop Ben White considering how well he's played. But eventually Tomiyasu will get back. He's got a decision to make there as well. So,
And
yeah,
Tomiyasu just a
listen,
bit more switched on defensively for me. It's nothing to do with Ben White. It's just I feel a lot better with Tomiyasu there.
I wanted to ask you? Obviously, you're a right back. Do you think a lot of people saying that Ben White is affecting Saka? by not getting forward, not overlapping. Do you buy into that, or
I
is
don't
it
really
just?
obviously he's not flying forward all the time, but Ben White is getting forward. I mean, with the luxury of the Villa game, you could see like Ben White and Saliba, they were kind of being a bit conservative on the ball with them probably not having that lone six in Partey. But I think they're buying too much into it, because when Saka was bagging week in, week out with Tomiyasu, you know, who's better going forward? Obviously, I do think Tomiyasu is a bit underrated going forward, but that's not his strength. If you can do it with Tomiyasu, you could do it with Ben White. I think people are forcing the issue, really and truly. You know, it reminds me of the Pepe stuff. He needs a partner, he needs this, he needs that. You know, end of the day, if Saka had 3 goals out of these 5 games, I don't think people are waffling about that, really. So there might be something, but I don't see. If anything, I think Ben White's quite progressive. But obviously, when I look at Ben White, I think he can defend. But if he was asking me to name his strengths, it's probably getting on the ball, passing, being a bit brave. It's not really the defensive arts. And we've seen him play right back before. So it's a bit, I think people are doing too much with that, if I'm completely honest, broski. I think it's a lot, man. The only, like you said, it'd be harsh to drop Ben White, but the only reason I would drop him is because I think in the aspect of defending, being switched on and whatnot, I think Tomiyasu's that, and I'm scared of that United counter-attack, especially when we get tired in the second half. I do think it will be a game where people lose focus. Like G1 has said there, you know, all of Arsenal's goals we've conceded have been self-capitulation or not focusing. United kind of the same. So we're going to need to switch on, really, man.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, some people saying Sancho played on the left actually yesterday, but whoever it is, Sancho, Elanga, and Rashford,
right,
them three are direct. When they get the ball, they hit you at pace, and we're going to have to be aware of that. So, do you know what? I'm excited for the game. It's going to be interesting because at the same time, I think we can hurt them. You know, and that's what I like about it, because I think Martinelli can hurt Dalot. You know, Malacia, he looks quite good actually, but he does dive into a tackle.
Yeah, he looks like a tidy fullback still.
He does. And obviously, Lissandro, you know, is linked with Arsenal, so he's going to want to,
end up being man of the match, isn't it?
A little Argentina Brazilian thing with Jesus.
Yeah, little beef thing.
The dynamics are there. I think there'll be goals. I got to be honest.
I think there'll be goals because both teams are silly.
Yeah. I think both teams will score, unfortunately. I just hope, you know, we score more. So, no, I'm excited for the game. And listen, I just hope we win. I hope we win because, you know, them Man United fans, they don't stop. If they beat us, the phone has to go off.
Oh, my cousin is a United fan. He still got me blocked from early in the season. I bet all of a sudden I'm going to be unblocked and things. You know, it's the social media derby. It's two alcoholics outside the bookies that used to be, you know, high flyers in the city, like with the Argos pen. That's what it is. You know, two fallen giants and things. This used to be a title decider. Pizza used to get thrown and things like that. We haven't won too many times at Old Trafford in the Premier League. Like I can still remember Gilberto Silva and Adebayor hitting winners as well. So we're going to need to go there. Jay, sorry for violating you. I've had your super chat up here for a while. Appreciate you for being a member and also that. Big up DG and Curtis, my guys. Do you think people are sleeping on the impact that COVID will have on teams this season? I can't lie, you need a bigger squad in it. World Cup, COVID, more games. If you feel them effects there, maybe they're sleeping on it. You'd have to ask a medical man. But any absences, every team has seen what could happen. There's 5 subs. You need a bigger squad. So I don't have sympathy for Arsenal beyond the obvious, for me anyways.
Yeah. And listen, you should be prepared for that now, shouldn't you, really? And we're not hearing many players missing games with COVID anyway at the moment.
This is the thing. So we're just going to have to get on with it. You know, we've seen it before. We need a squad. It is what it is. Top 4 confirmed with this squad, but would have loved more signings in order to compete for the title. Things are confirmed when 38 games have been played, but fair enough. I love the optimism.
Do you know what I wanted to ask you as well? What's your thoughts on Auba going to the blue side, man?
Do you know what? He has my blessing. You know, obviously he was a blood. I don't want to see him being a crip, but you know, he signed a new deal. He got ripped up. The vast majority of fans, rightly or wrongly, who praised him for his professionalism, said he's unprofessional. You know, he was forced out of the club. He's been forced out of Barcelona. I can't begrudge you for wanting to go and play under a former manager, move back to London, especially with what's been going on with him off the field. He probably wants a bit of safety. Playing Champions League football, playing for a team that finished above us, you know, it is what it is. He's got my blessing to do that. I mean, I'm seeing him wear the number 9 shirt. I'm hoping he flops and stinks up the place. But, you know, if he does score against us, I can't say I'll be vexed beyond the obvious, man.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable deal for him. 33 years of age, you get a 2-year deal with a 1-year option. I mean,
he's got no money, blood.
It's crazy, man. Like, listen, like you said, some Arsenal fans will be fuming, but I don't think you can begrudge him. You got to look at the circumstances, man. The man had to leave Barca, the robbery and all that. They signed Lewandowski as well. He's going to be on the bench. You know, Tuchel's
over before he even got a chance to start it, bro.
Yeah. So Tuchel's his former manager. You know, Tuchel was twerking for him even when he was at Arsenal, defending him and saying how much he loved him. So
referred to him as my player. He said some players are still always my players.
Yeah. So I tell you what, it's going to be interesting when Chelsea play Arsenal at the Emirates. The dynamics, you know. I remember Giroud got applauded. But then players like Emi and Fabregas, they've been booed. So it'll be interesting how the fans receive.
A man said, why would you go back to a back three? I mean, for obvious reasons, to be difficult to break down. And to be honest, you know, if you play a back three and you're being cowardly, it's a myth. Playing a back three, it can be as offensive or as defensive as you want. It's down to the mentality and the tactics of the manager, in my opinion. United might not be that good, but form goes out the window. And as you see with the Premier League, you have to earn the right to win and actually win. You can't just look at one's form. Arguably, the fact that United have been inconsistent, yes, they've got 3 wins on the spin, could be even more nerve-wracking for Arsenal, really.
Yeah, no, 100. And listen, Liverpool fans would have been saying that, you know, United aren't that good. Like, they do have individual quality. Collectively, they're still not really there yet, but they're always going to pose a problem. So if we can win this game, I just think it would be, you know, a massive hurdle to overcome. Like I said, next week we got Everton at home. You would expect us to beat them. You know, I'm trying to go into that international break, you know, 8 from 8. You know what I mean? With a big gap. You know, I think we got Brentford after Everton as well. But I know I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here. Brentford away is a tricky one, but winnable games if we turn up, you know.
Get your questions in, people. Couple more questions before I let Curtis get out of here. What's this one saying? Big up Curtis and DG. Quick question from the white chocolate don, as DG calls me. You called yourself that. I don't call no next man that, bro. But anyways, you're moving mad, Steve. You're moving mad, my guy. But you said, who are your top 3 favorite players, Arsenal players, current and all-time? Question for both of you. What's yours?
That's a tough question, man.
I know 2.
All time, I gotta go Righty and Thierry, but the third one, I mean, the third one's tough, man. I love Vieira, I love Bergkamp, I love Nicolas Anelka, not a lot of man. I love Alexis. I'm struggling to get the third one. I can't lie. The current 3,
Tony Adams as well. Like,
there's a lot. The current 3, I'd go Martinelli. I love Martinelli. I'm going Gabby Jesus, you know. I'm a strikers union, innit? Again, the third one, you're pushing me again. I'm kind of Saliba, Saka. I don't know which one that I can push more. I'm sitting on the fence here, I know, but
it's a tough one, bro. It's
a tough one. Definitely Martinelli and Jesus. The third one, maybe.
I don't know. Current players, oof. I can't lie. After Saka and Smith Rowe have to come together as a collective. Anyone from Hayden, it's a collective. The current ones, there's a lot of likable players there. I like Ramsdale. I'm Tierney FC fullback union. I love Tomiyasu. I actually got admiration for Xhaka. I wouldn't say he's my favorite for all his thoughts. I think Jesus, Gabriel Jesus, Bukayo Saka / Smith Rowe. I'm doing people dirty still. Kieran Tierney, man. I can't snake him. It's a fullback union. I'd say that. But there's Bear. I'm leaving out Ramsdale. I'm leaving out Saliba. I'm leaving out Gabriel, the centre half. There's a lot of I actually like Ben White. So you know what? Let me be fair. You know what? Saka, Martinelli, Jesus. You know, out of push of all time. It's a difficult one. Patrick Vieira, Omri. I would say Ashley Cole, you know, I'm going to get in trouble, so I'll go with Tony Adams. Big up Righty as well, but it's a killer of a question. That's a killer.
Hard question, man. It's a very hard.
Man didn't even say 5. He said 3. Difficult, man. Oh, man. What other questions have we got, people? Couple more. Let's see what's being said. Tuchel probably going to remind him what Mikel done to him. DGC unit, what a day. Come on. Definitely, man. The collab you guys been waiting for. Bit harsh to say Saka now, but, you know, fair enough. It's a crime we didn't get a midfielder. I hear that. Ben White was not seen at training.
Wow. Could be Tomiyasu then.
Yeah, man. We're gonna just have to deal with that tomorrow or Sunday, man. I ain't trying to hear none of that right now, man. I ain't trying to hear no negativity right now. That's a myth, man.
Yeah,
Alexis was sick. Odegaard's sick as well. He's a likable guy, but you know, I can
yeah,
identify with the Haaland boys, and I've got a massive Brazilian bias. So you're
yeah,
Brazilian, you sign for Arsenal, I'm gonna gas you. I can't cap.
yeah. It's true. Yeah, I didn't even mention Odegaard, man, but yeah, he's playing
Oh
well.
man. Last question. Do you know if we're going for what YT January? I don't know what that is. So next one, I don't know, man. Mark my words. If Arsenal beat United this weekend, the pundits will be all about United instead of forget that, man. Forget all of
Don't
that,
worry
man.
about that.
I just don't care about none of that, man. Just don't listen to the noise. We win 5 games, or you know, we were the best thing since sliced bread. Last season should have shown you lot for all clubs. The media don't care. They don't even believe what they're saying. They're just trying to get clicks,
No,
and they know Arsenal and United fans always bite the bullet. Really, we were the best thing and the worst thing according to them. So let's just air them, and we know they don't like us. Why do we keep looking at that? Oh, DG means Yuri Telemans. I don't know. I hope we can get Yuri Telemans. Questions.
I see
Would
it
you sack
happening.
Arteta if we don't get top 4, Curtis?
Yeah, I
you
think
got to
yeah,
consider it.
yeah. I
You
think I
really
would
have to.
just be like because of the amount of time and investment. I don't know how far you go with it before you say maybe you got to change direction. You know, I think if he missed out on it, I probably would. Probably would.
Like that's how I am. It's like the way I'm seeing it. Worst case scenario, it's looking big up Mesut Ozil as well. The way I'm seeing it now, bro. It's a thing where kind of how we pictured Emre would kind of leave the team and pattern things up. I feel if Arteta can't do it now, then there's other we have to find someone. And obviously, if we're finding a new manager of tomorrow, there has to be guys that fall onto that list really, because money's been, as much as I like Arteta, it's a results driven business. Money's been spent. The league isn't going to wait for all of our young players to hit maturity, and they're doing him to get it right on the transfer front. And as much as I feel last season there was positives, I've said it before. Not that I want Conte, but I think if Conte was at Arsenal in that period, I think we're in the Champions League. If Arteta
Agreed.
was at Spurs, I don't think they were because of the experience factor and things. So it is a bridge to cross. But I think Edu personally will go before Mikel Arteta. That's just me.
Yeah, I think so as well.
There you have it. Last question. If you lot don't finish top 4, is it Arteta out or trust the process again? Bit of the same question, but I think you've got, it all depends on the context and how you miss out and things like that and how we're playing and along that time. But to answer the question on a lazy thing, then I think you've got to. And then obviously the next question would be, who do we sign? And as a manager, I don't know. And I'm happy that's not a thing for me to have to consider.
Yeah.
All right, last question for you as a striker. In fact, 2 questions for you as a striker, man.
Right.
How many goals do you think Obo will score for Chelsea?
If we're saying league goals, I reckon he gets maybe like 12 to 15, something like that. I
don't get that, man. Obi gets 5.
He's coming a bit late, and he's missed a month, so I can't. Maybe not 20, but do you know what it is? I look at Chelsea, I just think they're crying out for a striker, just a poacher. When Timo Werner was there, look how many chances Werner used to get just with a bit of decent movement. I think he'll get 10 to 15 goals, Ober. I think 10 to 15.
Arteta made it clear we need 1 or 2 players in. Clearly, the board never backed him more. I don't know about board backing. I see we might not be top spenders, but we spent a fair buck. You know, he wanted certain players. He's got them. You know, as much as I criticize Edu, he played a key role with Arteta in getting Jesus. So I don't know. It's not a he said, she said thing. It's owners, Edu, Kroenke. You're all in this together. Everyone has to show us the failures in the same way everybody celebrates the victories, really and truly, man. A man said, but what if we win Europa League and not get full? I mean, if you get into the Champions League, you can stay in.
Yeah. That's the exception. If you miss out on top 4, you win Europa, cool, you carry on. But if you don't win Europa and you miss out on top 4, then yeah, for me, you cut your losses, man. It's going to be interesting what he says today about the transfer, because you know he's going to cover that up. We tried, we couldn't. You know, he's going to do what the
the article's going to come out in the Athletic as well.
Yeah, Athletic will go how Arsenal did everything they could.
We had concerns over certain players that we spent months chasing.
Yeah, maybe Aston Villa moved the goalposts at the last minute. You know, Douglas Luiz was done, and they asked for 40. You know what? You know what's going to go. Ornstein will drop the article, and yeah, man, the PR will continue. The training kit will drop.
To be honest, if they keep bringing out them Jamaica style things, then they've got me, man. I'm gonna keep investing.
They finished us. They knew what they was doing, man.
They knew what they was doing, bro. How many goals do you reckon Arsenal will get this season? I mean, Arteta said we need 90 to 100 to generally last season. I don't think we'll get that. I don't know.
What goals will Arsenal get? I got to do research here. See, Arsenal got 61 in the Prem last year. I mean, that's not enough.
You got to get at least 30 more.
I mean, have we added 30 goals to the team?
This is the thing. At best, you're hoping Jesus gets 20 league goals. You're hoping a couple other players chip in here and there. You know, as we know, where Smith Rowe and Saka are, you know, they're not goal scorers. They're learning how to score. They haven't got a catalogue of double-figure seasons. Martinelli started all right. Will it continue? As much as I like what Jesus is doing, you're not working with them top-level chefs that were at City. You're working with dons that work for Dixie. So I don't know if there's going to be a drop in quality.
you know what I mean? You ain't getting that 5-star dining off De Bruyne
and the Ritz and them things there are essential, fam.
You're getting a chicken 2-piece meal and a can of Coke. You know what I mean? That's
if that, bro. Some warm Mirinda and that is dead.
Yeah. I mean, we got 61 goals. I would say we need to score like 80 goals because if Jesus adds you another 10, 15 onto what we were getting, you're hoping that Martinelli, Saka, Odegaard get an extra 5 on whatever they got last year.
Even if
maybe 80 to 85.
Well, like.
Yeah. We need goals from midfield as well. So 80 plus goals, I would say, minimum to get top 4 this year.
Like you said, man, there was, you know, among everything last season, our inability to score goals. Love for the super chat, and that's a great way to end this. Potter would be a good replacement, but Vieira would be just as good, and he'll have the pull to attract top players. I ain't gonna lie, I weren't really rating Vieira's thing as a manager, but he's converting me, you know. Big up Patrick. Obviously, we're covering him. If Arteta left, I'm on that, you know, on that. Or anyone else that's 30, I'm on that.
It's the fairy tale, innit, man? I think we'd all love Vieira to come to Arsenal and be a great manager. He's doing a good job at Palace. Someone said, Robbie just said there, Mancini. I've always liked Mancini as well. He's won the title, won the Euros. You know, he's won the Serie A title as well. He's a good manager. But yeah, Paddy Vieira would be, you know, fairy tale settings. He plays good football as well at Palace.
This is the thing. They play good football. They're fearless. They're doing good things, man. You know, if I was him, I wouldn't be in a rush to leave Palace. But if an Arsenal job became available, which I don't want it to, I want us to have a good season, then Vieira's got to be considered. And obviously, as a black manager, there's not too many of them. So I'm happy to see him keep striving and thriving and doing his thing, man. So yeah, it is what it is. What content you got to come today, Curtis, man? I'm pretty sure you're going live soon.
I'm on a 2:45, just similar thing, really. Review the transfer window a little bit, look ahead to United, and see what Arteta was waffling on about in the press conference. That's it. I think I got a preview. In fact, preview tomorrow, and that's it. Not too much. Quiet.
Watch a bit on Sunday as well.
Watch along Sunday will be a big one, won't it, man? Let's hope. Well, let's just hope. That's all I can say. Let's hope.
Tomorrow, bro. Tomorrow, Sunday. Think about that. I ain't trying to. It's Friday. Got a good stream. Not trying to think about that game at all, broski. I can't.
That's it. Enjoy your weekend, man. You know, everyone enjoy your weekend. Don't worry about transfers. We can't do nothing about it now. Let's just hope we turn United over and then, you know, concentrate on Europe after that. And that.
You said it. Simple business. Obviously, make sure you're checking out his previous stream because I was watching along with your deadline day stuff with Ben Jacobs and all of that. Obviously, the transfer window's done, people, but have a butchers, man. You might learn something. One love for the super chats. I don't want to leave you lot hanging. It's very disrespectful. One love, Jay, for that. Gunner down under. One love. Zinchenko on the left is our strongest choice as he doesn't overlap. Martinelli's letting him get. He doesn't overlap Martinelli, letting him get forward rather than cut in. I feel White isn't capable of that. That's why we're not seeing as much as Saka. White overlaps affects Saka. Obviously, it probably does, but we're gonna have to get on with it, bro. Like we're gonna have to get on with it, man. So yeah, love for the support, love for the super chat. I'll be back again at 1 p.m. Obviously, we're gonna see whatever normal talking points have come up with Arsenal. Curtis said he's 2:45. Make sure you're following him on YouTube and Twitch. Make sure you're subscribing. Appreciate you lot. You lot stay blessed, stay safe. It's been a fantastic 90 minutes. Hopefully on Sunday there's positivity on both our channels, but we're keeping it moving, man. Safe.
Yeah, man. There's always just that active red light defending. I think it's like